When one starts speaking of epigenetics, or how certain types of behaviors or practices result in the creation of proteins or other molecules that have been genetically dictated, it's a very interesting discussion. As an example, we know that with certain types of mindfulness practices and also compassion practices, that genes that are associated with the inflammatory response and result in the release of molecules that are present in states of inflammation, which occur with many disease states, that when you engage in these types of contemplative practices, those molecules are suppressed, or the genes are not being expressed. And it shows you the power of ourselves to actually change very deep physiologic responses that for years and years were thought to be immutable, that you could not change them. But it turns out that we do have this ability. And this is why you see people capable of doing incredible acts. As an example, I was just reading an article the other day where a person ran a marathon every day for 401 days. And you sit there and you go, my God, how is this even possible? And this is because this person had focus and intention. And these incredible feats are fundamentally a manifestation of our ability with our mind to control our bodies. And each of us has this capability. And by using these types of practices with repetition and intention, it has the ability to not only change the wiring in your brain, but also how these practices can be manifested through your physiology. Now, don't get me wrong, there are limits. And as an example, if you have cancer, you're not going to necessarily be able to wish it away. Now, I would suggest there are probably people who've been able to do that, but in general, that is not possible. But the examples I've given you just show, though, how potentially powerful you are to affect your mind and your body. And this is the fundamental aspect of the placebo effect. We give people sugar pills and tell them there's an expected reaction, and we get that reaction oftentimes. And in fact, a significant number of times. Well, how is that even possible? But we know it occurs. But what it shows you is that on an unconscious level, you can have profound effects on your physiology. The key, though, is to all of this is how do you get access to changing your brain and your physiology in a manner which allows you to be your best self, not only towards yourself, but towards others. And these contemplative practices, mindfulness, compassion, can profoundly do that.